What's up, everyone? Today I decided to make a review of a game that wasn't Sonic or Five Nights at Freddy's. For almost 2 years, I'd abandoned Nintendo until a few weeks ago. I just wasn't comfortable supporting their shady business practices. Lately, though, I've come to realize there are a lot of people that work really hard on Nintendo games and really care about them, and boycotting really only hurts those people who work so hard and love the games that they're making. Plus, there were a few that I played that were just as good as most of the Sonic games, if not better. So I got a Switch Lite and went back to one of the games I already owned on Switch, which was Super Mario Sunshine as part of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. What's my opinion of the game? Do I like it? Do I dislike it? Let's find out. Just kidding, you already read the title. Super Mario Sunshine is one of those Mario games that doesn't quite feel like a Mario game, and that's saying something since Mario has been all over the place with board games, racing games, and even RPG spin-offs, along with real-world little toys that mimic the gameplay action. There's just something about Sunshine that doesn't fall in line with the rest of the series. It almost feels like a Mario game, but not quite like one. Still, the game has a lot of cool elements that were in previous installments and are executed pretty well, and callbacks to great characters like Yoshi, the Toads, Professor Gad, and of course, it wouldn't be a Mario game without Bowser and Peach. So here's the plot. Mario goes on vacation with Peach and her royal staff to a beautiful island called Delfino. When Mario gets there, he finds something isn't quite right. There's a lot of graffiti that weren't there before, and a lot of strange goop that they seem to be made out of. Meanwhile, someone that looks kind of like Mario, but not nearly like Mario, is causing trouble. Mario finds himself falsely convicted of vandalism and destruction of property and is sentenced to community service, where before he's allowed to leave, he has to clean the island up until it's as clean as it was before the graffiti and sludge, which have driven away the fairy guardians of the island, the Shine Sprites. The game starts on the airstrip before the main plot begins, where Mario gets the first sprite, then continues after his conviction. He has to water down sludge monsters to unlock new areas of the game where he can recover more sprites, while confronting his imposter from time to time. Now, I won't reveal too much of the plot, but you might already know it. Even if you do, though, stick around, because it's time to get into the gameplay. Mario starts off equipped with a new water sprayer called Flood, designed by Professor Gad. Mario can either spray the area directly in front of him or use one of 3 nozzles that give him abilities like hovering, launching, and even running at high speeds. In addition to this, and the jump abilities from Mario 64, he can now do a spin jump by spinning the left stick and then jumping to gain some extra height. He can find coins all over the hub world and the different levels, and every 50 he gets gives him an extra life, and once he reaches 100 coins, a Shine Sprite appears somewhere in the level. He can also find secret ones scattered across the different levels, and along the way there's also a lot of blue coins, and collecting 10 of those awards you a Shine Sprite. There's not only tons of them in the hub, but they're also in most of the levels, and they're really satisfying when you find them, especially since some of them are a bit harder to find. For the missions, Mario could be asked to find a Shine Sprite in a locked-up area of the map, complete retro platforming challenges like the classic games, fight goop monsters and more creatures based off classic enemies, foot race against a new challenger to the goal, chase down his imposter, or collect 8 special red coins, or he could roll a giant watermelon to a giant smoothie maker without dropping or breaking it. If you've played the game, you know what level I'm talking about. The graphics are amazing, and the controls are pretty smooth, and even more so in the HD version in Super Mario 3D All-Stars. The story is really engaging, and the experience is really immersive. The game may not be your cup of tea as a Sonic, Mario, Sega, Nintendo fan, but I personally love it. Super Mario Sunshine actually holds a special place in my heart, as it's the first Mario game I ever played on console, and the first major game I played that wasn't a Sonic game. If you want to get a copy of the game, you have 2 options. Either find a GameCube and a copy of the game on GameCube, or if you have a Switch, you can just hunt down one of those limited edition cartridges of Super Mario All-Stars and get Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario 64 in one relatively cheap package, especially for a Nintendo game, or actually 3. So you get a really good deal. And I'd recommend it if you're a Mario fan, and possibly also if you're a Sonic fan. It's one of those games that I enjoy from both of those perspectives. Like I said, it might not be your cup of tea, but it's definitely mine. That's all for the video. Like and subscribe for more content. Leave a comment if you want. And if you want to go even further to support me, you can leave a super thanks along with that comment. And with that, see you next time.